Answers to problems really aren't that simple. You know, there's not this one thing that you can do that'll fix everything. The one thing, this one thing that if you could just get people to do it, no, it's not always that simple. We try, but it just doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. You know, sometimes people think that if we got rid of this, everything would be better. If we got rid of that, everything would be better. One thing I actually have to admit is that I actually don't have answers to things. You know, I'm living in a world of so many things that happen and so many things that are going on. And I don't understand why and how come. You know, one thing about the internet is you can surf the internet and you can find all kind of things. There's so many stories about things going on in so many different parts of the world. And you just wonder, you know, some of the cruelty and meanness that people can do. It baffles me. And there's no one particular cause for it. You know, sometimes people might say, well, oh, it's religion. But some of these things have nothing to do with religion. Sometimes it could be because of money issues. It could be because of drug issues. It could be a lot of different things. There's no one single answer. There's no one single answer to everything. But you try to find out why. You try to understand why. Why do these things happen? Why do people do things the way they do? Why does this happen? So many times I try to understand the world. And I try to understand people and what they're doing and why do they do it that way. It's a struggle at times. You know, and sometimes I have to kind of step back from it because if you focus too much attention on all the bad things going on in the world, you start to feel helpless. You feel like you can't do anything. And then you start to feel depressed. You know, I have so many personal things going on in my life. I have to deal with that. And then to look at all the problems in the world and everything else that's happening. It's just, you know, sometimes it can be overwhelming. You know, a long time ago I used to suffer from anxiety attacks. And I used to go through a lot of things because I used to worry about so many things. And I learned to kind of regulate that in such a way that it doesn't overwhelm me. But I still think about things. And I still feel things. And I do get emotional about things. I mean, there are moments when I feel very deep, very strong feelings about stuff. And I wonder about things. And yeah, I do feel helpless, but I try to lift myself up. Try to stay inspired. Try to keep my, you know, my spirits up so that I don't get down too much. One thing that helps me are my friends. I do have friends. You know, I have friends here on YouTube and I have friends in other places. You know, friends in the quote real world, like, you know, friends, like YouTube friends aren't real. They're real people with real emotions, and people sometimes send me personal messages and they'll tell me things, you know, so they are real. My friends on YouTube are just as real as anybody else. Even if these are people who I've never met and may never meet, although some, I hope someday to meet some of my friends in real life. But the thing is that one thing I try to avoid is oversimplifying things, oversimplifying situations and problems and everything. Life is complicated. The world is a complicated place. And it really is. But you know what? I think that every problem in this world can be dealt with. I think every problem in the world can be solved. It takes time, it takes energy, it takes effort, and it takes being open-minded to deal with those things. You know, that's pretty much what I wanted to say, and that's all I wanted to say for right now. So, that's it.